X-Out focuses on a project called Our Oklahoma. It's our first project. And Our Oklahoma, again, is a statewide diversity and imaging initiative because I honestly felt like Oklahoma is missing out, losing out because of the image and the way that people see us. People don't see Oklahoma as, and I know I'm using a very general term, but Oklahoma is not viewed very favorable for being welcoming of all groups of people and different people, whether it's your race, whether it's your sexual orientation. Those are pretty big things that people see us as still kind of in the dark on. I think you have to reframe the conversation about inclusion. And the reason why that's so important is because we all have different definitions of what inclusion is, what diversity is, and then why it matters. I think now when you hear those words, people start to kind of roll their eyes and here we go again with this. Well, now it's time to look at this in terms of how it's going to increase economic benefits and economic advantages for our state. I feel like in bringing companies here, in talking with our Secretary of Commerce and our former Secretary of Commerce, and I know for a fact that there have been instances where we have either lost companies coming to Oklahoma, or it's taken an act of God to get them here because they feel like their employee base may not feel that comfortable being in Oklahoma. Will we be accepted? Will we be welcomed? And I think that Oklahoma has really done a bad job of being inclusive. We've really missed the mark on that. Cultivating the leadership is of utmost importance to this project because I need people to see that the current administration embraces this. The Secretary of Commerce embraces this. Our Secretary of Veteran Affairs. These are people that a lot of people they're centers of influence. So cultivating the leadership is probably one of the most important areas, and definitely where I'm spending a lot of time in pulling that together. So our third step in our process is that we have an actual action plan for Oklahoma. When we're done with this, at the end of this, this is what Oklahoma looks like. And we're still really working on exactly what those policies would be, but it may consist of things from minority contracting to policies that would help, incentives that would help companies to come here, to want to be here. And I know we offer some pretty good incentives now, but we lose out because of some of the economic incentives that other places can offer companies to come here. And so I hope at the end of this, once we've compiled all this information and we have talked to just about everybody that we can talk to, that we're able to sit down and come up with an action plan that we can really quantify and say, okay, if we do A, then this is what happens, this is what it will bring in for our state. And I'm hoping to really bring in some top experts in diversity and inclusion and some other states that have been successful at this, hoping to bring in just thought leaders on the subject when we get to that stage of the plan.